Good Wednesday morning. Welcome into the Morning Roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. The roast presented by Next Home. They're the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. We're broadcasting from the Greenway Equipment Studios, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. And Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, offering custom blinds, shades, drapes, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. Brian Sullivan, Tyler Krusz, Marqus Cesar here on this Wednesday. Tyler, how are you?
I am doing well. Coming in here, and you thought the Red Sox kind of had a chance after the way they started the game last night, but once they get down a couple runs, it's really hard to believe in this team.
Not a lot of rally cap application for this squad. Marcus, how you holding up?
Doing well. And I was following the score last night, busy with Ticket TV, but I saw that early gave up some runs, but as the game kept going, the bullpen really showed out. And I thought, whoa, hey, guys, there's a chance. Duran 3-run homer, come on. No, nothing.
Not to be last night. Yeah, that's a spot where, a 3-run home run. I was watching it last night because we also, our Sox prop, we took early under on the runs 2.5, which he gave up. He did not hit, so our apologies on that one.
That's all right. The drive gave out over on the outs, and that didn't hit either.
So it's a spot where if you're offensively an okay team, that's where a good team picks Conley early up, right?
Yeah.
And you win that game 9-4. It's like you just that's a game where the offense carries a guy and he gets a win, and you just this year there's no margin for error for these starters.
Your offense isn't bailing you out ever. Like, it's just not going to happen. You got to kind of be perfect.
And on the days when you do, it's because you hit 19 singles.
Yep.
And it's like watching a 9 to 10-year-old Little League game. Just like a bunch of singles all over the place. And
it's drive line, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Drive line. So that's what happened last night. You had game 1 of the NHL Stanley Cup, the Vegas Golden Knights. That surprised me. I guess it shouldn't have surprised me that Golden Knights team has the ability to stick with it. John Tortorella and company come back and win 5-4 after finding themselves down 2-0 in the first period. So that one seems like it's going to be a good one. And I just am so surprised by this Vegas team that they're able to be in this spot. I guess, maybe underachieving out of the gate, but you normally don't see a 39-win regular season team game up one game in the Stanley Cup, but that was a pretty fun one to watch too.
Yeah, especially with they have Tortorella, right? Interim coach, especially with an interim coach.
Maine guy, University of Maine guy, John Tortorella. So 5-4, that one. NBA Finals begin tonight.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, Knicks and Spurs, and so that one be interesting to see if the Knicks can stay as hot as they were, or if maybe coming into it, I thought this is the West's. This is all for the West here, but maybe the Knicks can be a little feisty.
I do look at it and I say, the Knicks have been really good, especially in the playoffs, and they swept. They swept the Eastern Conference Finals. That didn't go 7 games, so they've kind of had an extra week off than San Antonio.
Also, given the time to, I guess, acclimate to a world where A.J. Brown is a member of the Patriots. Got to see him on the practice field, one-handed catch tossed to him from Drake May. Get to have Tyler's thoughts on that as well. As we've had a whole day for all the talking heads to react to it, and I would say across the board, a wide range of reactions to A.J. Brown arriving there. But everybody, I think, can agree he's a good player. You can debate the talent or the knee and how long he's going to be around for. But this is a big swing by the Pats. So it's exciting.
I mean, he's 29 years old. He's coming off a 1,000-yard season. And if the reports are true, he wanted out of there week 4. So I'll take his stats last year with a grain of salt. You pair him up with Drake May in this offense. If he's even 85%, he's the best weapon we've had on our team since Rob Gronkowski.
So A.J. Brown is with the Pats, officially practicing with the team yesterday. So we got a lot to get to on this jam-packed Wednesday. We're going to talk with Throck in about half an hour here. Matt McKenzie going to join us in the 7 o'clock hour, as is Alex Barth, who covers the Pats for 98.5 The Sports Hub. Matt McKenzie runs results over there in VZ. Also works with the Flags for their basketball action. So a lot of stuff to get to on this Wednesday. Marcus will do some headlines and highlights, but first I want to tell you about Dairy Queen in Old Town. DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal has it all. 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a DQ sundae, all for just $7. Now you can get it with the new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Let's do it, Marcus. Okay, here's Connolly Early talking about giving up a couple of long balls last night. Chad Tracy also talking about how the Pats or the Sox can change the way this thing is viewed if they can start winning a couple games. So give this one a second. Tyler, listen to this next one. Here's IKF talking about why are the Sox so bad at home. Run with that one.
Everyone should just letting everyone's friends, family, and everyone like that like run around the clubhouse. Is that kind of what that? I heard last night saying like there were a lot of distractions when at home, and I took that as like players are going out and there's nothing keeping you in the hotel room. There's no curfew, but now it sounds like everybody's got their groupies walking around the clubhouse.
That's kind of how I take it as well.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. What are we doing?
I think that's what part of what comes with a young ball club, right? Is that you like the professional ball players, which Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is. He's a professional ball player. You know, you can discuss his merits as a ball player, but he's been in the league.
He's a vet.
Guy knows how to do it. And so when these young guys on the, I'm just gonna guess here. These young guys on the come up, they've got their crew, right? Guys who they're friends, whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, that's Marcelo Meyer's cousin. Yeah, that's Roman Anthony's sister.
That's the girl that stayed with him last night.
Yeah, right.
That's the girl that stayed with him last Monday. Yeah,
yeah, right. And so there's just all that stuff, and that's just part of the.
But like in the clubhouse, it's crazy.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like that we don't usually see. Like people,
you don't usually hear that.
Yeah, and people kind of made. There were people like, oh, why does Jason Tatum have his kid around everywhere? And like we saw the Celtics, a lot of people had their families with them, but there wasn't like groupies in the clubhouse. And there's also 12 men on a basketball roster. There's picture a 50-something man baseball roster. Everyone's got groupies following them around. That's 300 people in a clubhouse. That's capacity.
Interesting. So make of that one what you will. Also, AJ Brown talked to their local media in Foxborough about give me number 6 here on what excites him about playing with Drake May.
I'm very excited to see what Josh McDaniels can scheme up for Drake May and AJ Brown. I mean, Diggs was getting 7 targets a game-ish last year. That's a healthy serving for AJ Brown. I'd love to see what he can do with it. So
we'll take a quick commercial break. We will have the stock report coming up. Tim Throckmorton as well as we continue to prepare for a life with a number 1 wide receiver as Patriots fans. Uno Pizzeria and Grill every Thursday at Uno's. Pasta night for just $12.99. Bring the family. Bring your appetite. Marcus?
You manja.
You do, indeed. Uno's, Stillwater Avenue, or unos.com. And Madden Generator Services with expert installation, dependable maintenance, and a free 7-year warranty on new Generac installs. They'll keep your home in the game. 951-4668. Madden Generator Services, power you can count on. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. This bundle deal is over 40% off for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Okay, stock time. AJ Brown is a member of the New England Patriots. The deal, a first-round pick in 2028 and a fifth-round pick in 2027. Excited to have him here. Tyler, your initial thoughts before I play a couple sound bites from Talking Heads about the A.J. Brown deal. Your feelings on him coming to New England.
I'm very excited. This is how you general manage. This is how you GM, right? You have a young quarterback, young talent. He's under his rookie contract. You go out and you pair him with a top-level, top-tier talent, and you pay what it takes to get the job done, right? Mike Vrabel and A.J. Brown, they have a history together, a positive history together. Mike Vrabel pointed him out as a guy he wanted to bring in to add to this offense to bolster Drake May and bolster the weapons. Sometimes maybe you have to overpay to make those kind of deals, but what's the most important thing is you had a young talent, you went out and you got a stud to pair him with before you start paying Drake May $60 million. This is what it takes to be a professional sports general manager. You have talent you want to acquire, you want to bring in, you want to make your team really good. Sometimes it's going to cost you. Sometimes you may not like that price, but you got to pay it anyway if you want to get the job done. And I think Mike Vrabel and Elliot Wolf and whoever is making the calls over there, they went out, they had a job to do, and they went out and they got the job done.
Could they have waited? Could they have gotten less? Could they have given up less to get A.J. Brown? Here is Greg Bedard talking about the compensation that the Patriots sent back to the Eagles.
I don't know if I would have held him. I think it's good to have him at OTAs. You know who's not at OTAs? probably a lot of, I completely forgot who I was going to say, but Christian Gonzalez isn't at OTAs. You got a lot of guys that don't go to OTAs. Like, it's very nice to have this guy in the building through OTAs, through mandatory minicamp, through training camp. You're not bringing him in the middle of August and say, all right, we got a couple weeks till the preseason, let's get acclimated. It makes sense to get this deal done now. Also, the PR side of it, less so in my mind. I don't think they were too worried about that. We haven't heard anything about that PR mess in a long time. But I do think that it's just the price of doing business, the price of acquiring top talent. You got to pay sometimes. Sometimes the Eagles probably, I think you have two winners in that trade, because I think pairing Drake May with A.J. Brown before you have to pay Drake, like, you're going to owe Drake May like $60 million a year.
Yep.
You don't have to do that right now. This is the time to go out and spend on your team.
Okay, I'm going to bring you down one more time, and then I'm going to build you back up. Here is Burt Breer talking about A.J. Brown's injury concern, his bad knee.
Yeah, I mean, we had issues with Stephon Diggs' knee last year, and he was our top wide receiver by the end of the year. I'm really not. I'm a little worried about the knee, and if he misses time, then you definitely lost the trade. But as long as he's out there, you have a pretty decent team around him right now. Like, you're not going to have to feed A.J. Brown on 1st and 10, you're not going to have to feed him like 12 targets a game. I'd like to see it. There are going to be games where he gets it, but you're not going to have to overuse him because you have a decent team.
And now, I told you I'd build you back up. Give me number 9. Here's Dan Orlovsky talking about what A.J. Brown can do.
Yeah, this is a guy that you can't just say, all right, everybody got a man. All right, we're good. Let's go play defense. Like, you have to lock in on A.J. Brown. I mean, you've probably played against him in fantasy football if you haven't had him, but you're watching the TV and you're like, there's the guy in the pink cleats. Like, I hope he doesn't go, and, he scores a touchdown. I think this could be a 1,000-yard, 12, 13 touchdown season for A.J. Brown. Maybe even more.
I just find it interesting, all that. And that's just sort of, Marcus just collected, kind of a potpourri of reactions to this.
And that's not even what Felger Ramaz said.
Well, if Felger Ramaz...
a little bit in that first one, but like, they were crapping on the trade.
Yeah, saying that they overpaid, essentially.
I don't like that take. And I think you look at first-round picks for the Patriots, and they're not going to be in the top 5 in 2028, right? They won't be picking in top 5 if they did something disastrous has happened. Cole Strange, Mac Jones, Keel Harry, Sony Michel, Isaiah Wynn, Malcolm Brown. I don't even remember Malcolm Brown. I don't think he had any impact. Those are your first-round picks, and Kyle Duggar wasn't a first-round pick. He was your first player off the board that year. I don't have a problem with spending a first-round pick on a guy like A.J. Brown who's going to be impactful, even if he's only impactful for a couple of years. That's more impactful than most of those guys I just listed.
And if all goes according to plan, the pick is not going to be a good pick.
No, it's not going to be a very good pick. Exactly. It's not. And, maybe Mac Jones had a little more impact than I thought, because without Mac Jones, we're not picking Drake May 3rd overall.
True.
If he was just a smidge better, we'd probably be still in the bucket right now.
So it's a big swing, to say the least. It's a big swing.
Sometimes you got to take those.
I'll be interested to hear what Throck thinks about it, because I think we're Pats fans. I mean, I know Throck kind of likes the Pats as well, but Giants fan, probably doesn't think much of the Eagles, so I'll be interested to see through his eyes how he feels about it. We'll get to that in our Sox prop in a little bit here. But first, start your morning at Gosselin's Bakery, 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or croissant, plus legendary donuts and pastries. They are made since 1945. Or visit the new Gosselin's Bakery and Deli next to Hannaford in Brewer. And Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners, an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. Football is coming this fall. It's time to pack the stands at Alphonse Stadium and cheer on Maine football. Don't miss the excitement, the tradition, and the Black Bear pride all season long. Season tickets are on sale now and give you the best value and best seats for every home game. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets today and secure your tickets. And, oh, by the way, go blue. Okay, we've looked at it. It's Orioles Sox tonight. It is Peyton Tolley versus Chris Bassett. It is an over-under of 9 runs. So we've looked at this thing. To factor in maybe some of the stuff that Isaiah Kiner-Falefa said, one would think this is a bounce-back spot for the Sox. They are the favorites to win the game. So, Tyler, where do you land as you perused what's out there for a Sox prop today?
I like looking at Peyton Tolley. I think this is an Orioles team that isn't great. Yes, they smacked around Connolly Early a little bit yesterday, but Connolly Early's fastball sits like 4 miles an hour below Peyton Toley's. I'm not looking at his innings. I'm looking at his strikeouts. He usually starts the game hot. He's probably good for about 5 strikeouts every 10 batters he faces. His line 6+ strikeouts is right in our wheelhouse for odds. So I like that one, but I like the ones that you guys also threw out there.
So I think, just thinking of a bounce back spot for the Sox, we hear from Chad Tracy talking about how we just got to win series. Well, if you're going to win a series, you lose the first game.
Got to win game 2.
Got to win game 2. Peyton Toley's been pretty good, so, I don't mind the money line as well. The hard thing in trying to zero in on these is the inconsistency of the offense. Like we were saying off air here, last year you just take Roman Anthony over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs each game, and you haven't had that offensive consistency really from anybody. It's
anybody, yeah.
So it's been hard to zero in on that when trying to find something that's going to win.
It's nice. Jaron Duran's a 250 hitter. He's going to get back up there. A 1-for-4 day, but it boosts your average. Yeah. As your leadoff guy goes 1-for-4, it boosts his average.
I don't mind Duran at top of the lineup at over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and that falls under the minus. It's about minus 150. I think. He's been good, and so I don't mind that as well.
Thing with Duran, the last time we bet on him, he went like 0 for 18.
I know.
He's always got those streaks in there where he could just snap off a 10-game hitless streak if he wanted to.
So is that we'll go with Peyton Toley, 6 strikeouts tonight.
Do you like that, or do you like the money line?
Well, I think that
again, the inconsistency of the offense. I don't know. Peyton Toley could have 8 strikeouts and they could lose 2-0.
And you've also got a team that in the Orioles that is a modern day makeup where let's hit the ball out of the ballpark, and that also comes with swinging and missing a fair amount. So you've got me on board. We'll go Peyton Toley, 6+ strikeouts. But you know what? If you want to cheer on the hometown team, maybe put that with a Red Sox win and get a little plus money there. So, all right, Peyton Toley, 6+ strikeouts. Mark it down. That is our Sox prop brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. All right, we are going to take a quick commercial break and get to Tim Throckmorton right after this, but I want to tell you about the 2026 Ticket Awards. 3rd annual Ticket Awards are coming June 22nd to Hero Sports Grill in downtown Bangor. The event will be broadcast live on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com and on the Ticket app. 30 categories of excellence through the sports year, 25 and 26. Round 2 of voting is underway and concludes this afternoon. Cast your votes for high school basketball team of the year, boys basketball player, etc., girls basketball player, swimming, diving, wrestling, indoor track athlete of the year. It's all out there. 929theticket.com is where you can cast your vote. Back with Throck right after this. Welcome back to the Morning Roast, brought to you in part by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Hero's the official sports grill of the roast and the place to be in downtown Bangor at herosportsgrill.com. Now joining us on the Heroes Hotline, Tim Throckmorton. Throck, how are you?
Awesome. It's so nice out, and I realized that during the winter when we do this, it's still dark. It's still really drab, and it's just so beautiful. And it's so nice to get up and listen to the show and have it be nice out. Just really enjoying the day, yeah, especially with you guys.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you making time for us each week when you're not trotting around the globe. And even when you are globe trotting, you've made time for us a few times. Okay, Throck, I want to start here with A.J. Brown to the Pats. You're somebody who's maybe watched the way the Eagles do business as a Giants fan. How do you think we should feel as Pats fans about A.J. Brown coming here and the compensation the Pats sent out?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal for the Pats, partly because the way contracts are structured these days, there's a lot of money up front. There's guaranteed money, and a lot of the finances of this go to the Eagles. So the Eagles are paying all this dead money for the next 2 years because of the way these contracts are structured. So there's a very small cap hit for the Patriots the next couple of years. The only downfall, though, is that you've got a guy that's, 28, 29 this year? Is his 29 years?
Yeah, 29.
So you got a 4-year deal here. So, he's getting a little on the upside. I think with receivers, they can last a little longer than some of the other guys because their bodies aren't beat up as much as almost every other position. They're just getting crushed. Their bodies are just thrown into the all the mayhem every play. And receivers, the pretty boys, they can kind of stay on the outside and their bodies last a little longer. So I think A.J. Brown is going to be a really good acquisition for them. At the tail end of the contract, they're going to owe him a lot more money in 3 years and in 4 years. and what happens at the end, because those years are the ones where you lost your first-round draft pick. So in the short term, you talk about windows for teams. Windows for NFL teams might be a little smaller than other sports, so you've got to take advantage of them. So that's the key here is, hey, they got to the Super Bowl last year. Let's make sure that this doesn't slow down. So the window, taking advantage of the window, I think A.J. Brown is a really, really smart move in the short term.
All right, good. It makes me feel good to hear you say that.
I don't do it for you?
Yeah. No, Tyler, I got no faith in your cockamamie thoughts on things. Throck, I've been doing some compiling for the WABI segment I do, We the People, and I'm coming up on June 17th, I believe, is the anniversary of Bangor baseball. Matt Kinney pitching for a state championship. I think it's 95, 96, I can't remember exactly, but you were in the thick of so many of those runs. As you do get to this point of the year, watching some of these fall spring seasons wind down, are there any memories that come top of the mind that you recall from all those years covering these big games?
Yeah, many. By the way, the Kinney State Championship, I think one of those state championships that he pitched in, there were two guys pitching against each other that both were drafted that right after that. So that was really amazing, that happened. So I do have I'm thinking back, and this one will never leave me. I'm shooting a state championship softball game. Can I go softball here?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So we're in center field at Brewer High School, and, you can put your camera there and you shoot over the fence and you shoot to home plate. And it's a 1-1 game. Oxford Hill's playing somebody, and the score is 1-1. It's the last inning. It's the seventh inning. It might even be eighth inning or some late extra innings. And so it's a runner on third. It's a tie game, and we're all three stations are rolling in center field. And the pitch comes in. It's a ball, and everybody shuts their camera off. And for some reason, I kept my camera rolling. The catcher throws back to the pitcher, overthrows. The run comes in, and the game's over. So I'm looking at those guys like, wait a minute, I didn't shut my camera off. I got that. So everybody's been there for like 2 hours, and they got nothing. And I just thought, oh my God, how lucky am I today? So I'll never forget that one.
Going back through some of the years when guys had been drafted, had been taken in the Major League Draft, and then had still baseball games to play. I can remember, who's the guy taken like in the top 10 by the Brewers? His name escapes me, but I apologize. I'll look that up. But like some of those years where you had those guys that were actually going to play, Kinney among them, the excitement, the crowds, and just the interest in those games.
Oh yeah, that one was at Mansfield, and shoot, I can't remember his name.
I'm looking it up now.
Either, the place was packed. I mean, it's packed like when they played the Senior League World Series there. I mean, it was just all ringing around the field. Just amazing. That place is legitimate stands. I don't know, probably get 2,000 people.
Mark Rogers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. Was that Oxford Hills? Is he Oxford Hills too?
He was. I thought he was Mount Ararat.
Mount Ararat. Right.
Mount Ararat. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, one of those years. Just going back through that, some of the highlights. I think it was you on the Kinney year. I think it was you, George, and one other person in the booth. Would that have been Al Hackett doing that?
Yeah, it was Al Hackett.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that game, I did the middle innings or something, but I remember calling that game. I don't think I called the whole game, but I did either color, and we switched off. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Those games when the stakes are that high, when both teams are really good and everybody's interested, that was really fun.
Yeah, certainly some high-stakes games coming our way in the near future here as well as the regular season winds down. All right, what do you have for us today in terms of Truth or Throck there, Timothy?
Oh, you didn't even mention OBJ and Juju Smith-Schuster. Oh, my God, we get some receivers, too, old guys.
How are you feeling? How you feel about OBJ back? It's like 2014 all over again.
If he makes the team, they just kind of load it up. they were so disenchanted with what they had in the room, and Malik Neighbors' injury is going to push that timeline back. So they just needed some quality, at least depth.
I saw Malik Neighbors in a fun softball game after he took one hack and he ran to first base. He did not look like somebody who's going to be getting many first downs in the near future, the way he trotted around first base. But anyways.
What's he? I don't know why those guys are doing
playing softball games and you can't even run down the line.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a little off-putting. Anyways, what do you got for us today, Tim?
Okay. Patriots receivers names.
Ooh.
Okay, so got to dig deep in your knowledge here. Number one, two of these are true and one is not. Number one, Kayshon Boutte, an amazing player in high school in Louisiana. Players from the rival high school across the river started calling him, Nice Booty. That opposing head coach had heard about it and told him to shut up because he was killing him on the field. Number two, Demario Douglas was given the name Papa when he was 1 year old. His grandfather, called Papa, died on his first birthday, so he assumed the name. Some thought it was kind of weird calling a little kid Papa, so they changed it to Pop. And number three, the new guy, A.J. Brown. His name is Arthur Juwan Brown, but it isn't spelled correctly on his birth certificate. It says Arthur Juan, Juan Brown. His mother doesn't know how that happened.
Ooh. How would you spell Juwan? Jujuan?
Jawan.
Okay. Jaw. I don't think that's right.
No, it's not. No, it's you'd have to look it up.
Yeah. All right. I am going to go with. Let's see. I'm going to go with the number two being wrong. I think Pop Douglas is named Pop because he pops on the field. He something other than the Papa.
I'm going to go with that too. I think it's very weird to have a 2-year-old kid and be like, "Well, Papa died, so you're Papa now." I don't see that. I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is the case, but I'm going to say it's something given because of his electric abilities on the field. What do you think, Marcus?
I'm going to go with the other road in this yellow wood. Let's go A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. Okay.
Arthur Juwan.
Arthur Juwan. All right. Which one is it there, Tim?
It's nice. Kayshon Boutte is the fictional story.
Nice.
There is no nice booty in this story.
Well, come in the studio.
Yeah,
I beg to differ.
It was called Papa.
Yeah. All right. Interesting stuff. Okay. Nice Booty is the one that you made up. Sometimes I wonder where the depths of your thought process go to arrive at these. But nonetheless, we appreciate them. So thank you so much for making some time for us on this Wednesday morning. We appreciate you.
Always fun, guys.
And also, hopefully you didn't throw away that Odell jersey, right?
No, you can bring him back.
What is?
I was at the walkathon a couple weeks ago, and there was a kid walking around in an Odell jersey. I was like, that works now.
He's back, baby. All right, Tim, we appreciate you.
And number 13 should be available after they make a cut.
Yeah, good. All right, this day in history is next. 1967, Aretha Franklin's cover of Otis Redding's "Respect" reaches number 1. This day, 1539, Spanish conquistador Hernando de Soto claims Florida for Spain. Good grab.
Yeah,
real good grab.
Didn't last very long.
No, but still.
Actually, no, it lasted like 200 years.
Yeah, fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hernando didn't have any. He was, hey, look upon all this this water frontage I've gotten.
Look at all these golf courses.
Yeah, right. He also in the next year he was not satisfied. He crosses the Appalachian Mountains, first European to do so. 1620, construction of the oldest stone church in French North America, Notre Dame des Anges, begins in Quebec City. Let's see, sports history. 1892, Liverpool FC is founded.
And now they are owned by the devil.
1918, Red Sox pitcher Dutch Leonard throws a second no-hitter, beats the Tigers 5-0. You don't meet enough Dutches.
No.
Yeah. Cool name. Let's see. 89, sports broadcasting legend Vince Scully broadcasts 23 innings in 2 different cities on one day. Let's see. Birthdays today. Billy Cunningham, NBA Hall of Famer, was born in 43. 1950, Susie Quattro, singer and bassist, sings things like "Stumbling In."
Yeah, Larry played us that song a couple times.
Absolutely.
I think once or twice.
Just once, yeah. It's a good one, though. "Stumbling In," it's a good one. 1952, Billy Powell from Leonard Skinner. And 86, Al Horford was born. Holidays today. It is running day. Good. Egg day. Yeah, sign me up. chicken salad day. Yeah, you guys for chicken salad?
Yeah.
You like it just with some, mayonnaise, or do you like the walnuts, cranberries, things like that?
I like just the mayonnaise. I'm not a big walnut cranberry guy.
How about you, Marcus?
Chicken salad here and there, but nothing too fancy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going out of my way for it.
And maybe
if someone offers me it, I'll have it though.
See, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And also bicycle day. So there you go. I think all four very attainable holidays.
I like everything but running.
Yeah. Well, even the occasional, jog.
Yeah.
Get there. Get your body
I'd
moving a
rather
little
ride
bit.
the bike.
Yeah.
You put a ball in there, I'll play a sport, but like just run.
For the sake of it?
No.
Yeah, it's hard. All right, 7 a.m. hours next.